Time's up. Abnormal.
Here it comes.
Fade in.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself. But go f yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
What's the matter? Take yourself a great big bite of meat. Taste the pleasure of the highest quality pork around.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
Do a little Mr. Miyagi. No, I'm doing the Karate Kid focus in and out right here. This is like me breaking blocks of ice. Okay,
but I also hate you a little because you go and make it your business to try to make fun or try to get in. If yes, exactly, half breed putting her crotch in my face.
I'd work with Haley Atwell every day.
But
with two hands even.
Yeah, you're here to bang women.
I want it to be a good film. This is what I want going into this. But I know for sure I'm going to be bent over and unspeakable things are going to be done to my hiney. And I don't want that.
But I'm so apathetic to Star Wars that this episode could have featured Yoda riding on a dildo being wielded by R2-D2, and I would have the same reaction.
Yo, you let it don't hit the back of your throat. Have you no shame?
It's going to be some freak mess. You know it's going to be some weird freaky-deaky, like, he became one with Reed Richards for one day and bust a fat nut that one moment, and now
I use it. It's great. It's great. It's fantastic. You have to understand the glory of a good back scratcher. I don't know. I didn't know what I was missing all these years. It's fantastic. I'm tired of hurting my left arm to try and reach around. Box office.
You're doing it to yourself. I am not responsible for the degeneracy of this stream. I'm surprised Jurassic Park didn't eat more out of Lilo's pie.
Oh fuck! I'm still jerking off in front of my console.
Please, sir, can I have some darkies?
This is Harlem, baby, and we doing nothing but blackity blackities. I'm like, listen, sir, can we just have a superhero show? The cops are on my back, Luke. You gotta get these blue folks up off me, dog. I'm like, bruh, how much more of this I gotta watch?
But it was a space battle. It's a visually impressive object all over.
I'm colored. Shut up.
It has shown us one thing. The fake fans, the stands, they show up. They showed up for all of these. But they're not an audience.
Nope.
They're a bunch of weirdos hanging out in a parking lot watching each other do weird shit.
Oh God.
I don't know where I come up with these. They just happen.
Are you out there watching them watch them?
I can hear them from where I am. That's the
a lot of squelching.
Yeah. Listen, at least I don't have to clean it up. That's good.
I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
Again, I went to go see Deadpool last year, and Captain America trailer played, and somebody thought that was Hawkeye.
I mean, it is.
Well, no, it's I hang on, brain. Wait, but hey, I need a restart. Hang on.
That Dermy comment broke us both because I heard Falcon too.
No, I heard Hawkeye.
You heard Hawkeye, but it's like there's three all wrongs right there.
I heard Hawkeye.
What?
But we don't want Revan touched. No.
Agreed.
You don't want anything good touched.
No.
Agreed.
Yeah, because Disney Star Wars is a bad touch.
It is a bad touch.
Touches you in the bad place.
It's a bad touch.
Show me on the doll where Disney Star Wars touched you.
I need a bigger doll.
Oh God.
There's no doll left.
There was high top fade, Dre. There's been so many over the years. Cornrows, all of them.
Just let your soul go. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul, baby, feeling oh so silky smooth.
And I gotta say, any person who uses a Funko Pop or gets a Funko Pop immediately disqualifies themselves from any fan discussion.
Unless you're getting it for a mocking reason to
Yeah,
make
if
fun
you-
of something.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Or if it's a
resent
gift from someone.
Both of y'all suck. I hate you both.
If it's a gift from someone who doesn't know better, that's fine. I have a couple of those. But if you're
Pops
going
are
out
retarded.
collecting Funko Pops,
No,
no.
you're retarded. Funko Pops are awesome. I hate myself. I have a problem.
I've got loads of them.
You're
I
a
have
girl.
a
You're allowed
problem.
to do it. You're a
It's
girl.
okay for girls. Yeah,
Girl.
they're exempt. Dre, this is not okay. We need to have an intervention.
I have a problem. I've got no shame.
And these tool bags wouldn't know quality if it walked up and motorboated them. Because, you're going to motorboat quality.
Wait, what?
Quality boobs. You want to motorboat quality boobs.
There we go. All better now. Man, titties are the greatest things on earth.
Hail and howdy, everybody. Welcome to the round table where I'm feeling a little under the weather today. I think I caught whatever Jed transmitted through the stream last night.
It's my fault.
His ginger powers, they spread through electricity, I guess. I don't know.
You know them internet viruses.
Yeah.
They're very contagious.
Yeah. So it's a little uncomfortable to speak today, so I will do my best for everybody. So if I seem a little hesitant at times, that's what's going on. But welcome one and all. We're happy to have you with us here today on what is essentially another light week of news. We will do our best. We do have a very interesting article we're going to throw your way. If you were watching Daily Diver this week, you know where we're going with this because I was shocked that somebody would put that out there so blatantly. But we're going to talk about that. Other than that, Jed, you gave me what you were sick with, so are you doing any better?
Oh, I'm feeling good now. It's just a 24-hour thing, it seems like, or just recovering from Beardo's wild birthday party Friday night. That's probably the more likely cause. But no, I'm feeling great today. Excited to talk about what we have because we have some interesting things, some positivity that we'll be able to dive into because the Gamescon announcements, a lot of those I'm looking forward to, specifically Lego Batman and Resident Evil 9. And I'm not a fan of either current day franchises that those belong to, but I'm very excited for them.
Exactly. Yeah, we're talking some Gamescom, and the funny thing is, you're happy about the stuff that everybody else is happy about, and I don't care about that. I'm care about like the niche things that got announced because I'm weird that way.
Dre, Song? Is that one of them?
No, I don't understand that fucking game.
It's so wild.
Dre, do you perhaps understand Silk Song and the obsession people have with that game on the Switch?
I have no idea what that even is.
Then you're normal. Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Doing okay. I've had a solid week. I have good news. Website's done.
All right.
Yeah. So
Link it up and we'll show it off.
Yes. I'll put it in the private chat.
Hell yeah.
Get Legatus, get him cooking, get some work for him to do. But yeah, so that's what I've been blazing all week to get finished. I'm excited about it. I'm doing the making the video for the virtual tour. I'll be doing that this evening, so that'll be on tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Real Playing Comics YouTube channel. So I'm very excited. It was a lot of work, a lot of blood, sweat, and internet tears. So I'm very happy that we actually got this thing done. So
hell yeah,
it's a glorious thing. So I'm very, very proud. We got a lot of stuff in there too. A lot of great content, stuff to contact me, gig stuff, hire me, all that stuff. Get the books, all it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Pimp your wares.
Oh, full-blown prostitution. That's my thing. So
Excellent.
So there's the comics page, which of course anybody can buy my book in all different versions, the digitals, the deluxe editions, the DJ edition, all those different versions of the book are available now. Of course, in the media tab, we can also check out my YouTube and all that great stuff. So, like for those that aren't familiar with my YouTube, everything I post on YouTube simultaneously post here. So it's actually pretty pretty dope. And of course, then there's a gig tab, and you can hire
And
me for voice work or comic work. It's the whole 9 yards. It's pretty darn sweet.
that wasn't the right link. That's my Stream Elements link to send me money. Wrong one. I told you. I brought up the page and I didn't copy the link, and I was like, "Oh, look what I'm gonna do."
So-
let's try that again.
To support him, you put in your own financial support link.
That's exactly
That's
how.
not
that
what I
works.
meant to do. Let's try this again. I in my mind I copied the link, but I didn't actually do it.
All
There
these
it is.
years.
There it is. There it is.
Yes, absolutely.
All right,
There's still gonna be some more changes to come and all that stuff, but it's finally up. It's finally functional, so I'm very, very, very happy about it.
Outstanding, dude. This is great. That's awesome. And all right, so mods, you've got that link now. Put it in the Rolodex and pimp it out during pimping times. All right, excellent. Okay. So there we go. Oh, that's the wrong button.
It's
I'm
just
on
all
fire.
about you today, man. This
I'm
is
on-
Dre's
he's on
segment. We're trying to
fire.
pimp him, but
I
no,
am like in top form right now. Anyway, so let's get started. Hail and howdy to the chat. We're happy you guys are joining us today. We hope you're having a nice Sunday afternoon. Hail to the mods, Legatus, Algerman, Ruben X, doing the dirty work, being nice today, it looks like. Praising everybody. Hail, son of Joxer, huzzah to you, my friend. Hail, Kale, how are you doing? Hail, Frank. And anybody else just chilling out, hanging out, not chatting. We're happy to have you here. Hit those like buttons. Subscribe to the channels. Check out Dre's website. Let's
Yes,
get on.
please.
Okay, so unfortunately, it's another really light week. I mean, some things did happen, but again, it's things that have a lot of sound and fury, but in the end signify nothing. I mean, we're not going to talk about Disney wanting to get more male audience again, because no shit. I mean, you got 3 minutes out of me when I first saw it. That's all I got. I could say nothing else. There's no conversation to be had, in my opinion. It's no shit. You ruined 2 mega franchises, 2 mega IPs for your agenda, and you lost it. That's it. What do we have anything else to add to that?
No,
No.
because they just did what we told them not to do.
Mhm.
It's like we said this years ago
Yeah.
before the apocalypse came. We
Yeah.
already said all these things. So now that certain news outlets are catching on,
Yeah.
like like
All it does is
it-
prove
it-
we were right. That's all it
yeah,
does.
it's not even like you're late to the party. Like the party left when you started the DJ spin.
Mhm.
Like the party already ended, and you've still been spending the discs for years, and no one's come to the party. And like, wait a minute, I've been playing the same disc for years. I got nobody dancing at the club. How the heck did this happen? Like there's nothing really to discuss about it.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You played yourselves.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Yeah. It's the most obvious thing. They were bound to come to this conclusion at some point, but anything that we say would also be the most obvious things. I think we are owed a little "I told you so," but that takes a few seconds to say, and yeah, we move on. There's not a whole lot to break down in this. Just 2 male franchises. You had the best ones out there. You ruined it. Case closed.
Yep. And I don't weep. I don't weep for Disney. No.
I laugh a little bit.
Oh yeah, I'll laugh. I mean, I was astonished at the statement, and then I let loose about, yeah, of course you murdered Star Wars in its not in its crib, because I was already a full grown adult, but you walked in there and you smothered it in its sleep, and you took a shit.
You
on
went
it.
into the nursing home at night, got a pillow.
Yeah. So, all this does is prove to me that we're not crazy. And anybody that gave us shit for so many years. I meant what I said on what was it, Thursday, when I mentioned this, when it came out. I'm gonna make sure I save that article. And every time somebody says, "This is doing great, it was always good, you just need to go away, stop hate mongering," I'm gonna bring that article up. It's all the evidence I need. Say I was right. Dre was right. Jed was right. Everybody that's been commenting on this shit for years was right. There it is. I like being right. Feels good. Anyway, so
It
we're
is.
gonna move on from
It's
that.
nice.
You know, yeah, we're gonna move on from that. Nothing. It's great, but you know, damage already done.
Yeah, it's too late.
That,
Way
that
too
maybe
late.
maybe that's the conversation. Damage already done.
Mm-hmm.
That being
Well,
said,
I
so
am looking forward to the result of all this because it all comes from the news that they're trying to get writers to pitch things targeted at Gen Z male. That's where it all started from. But I'm kind of interested to see what bananas stuff that they're going to come up with to target Gen Z men. Like, could the Skippity Toilet live action film that was, ultimately false coming from Michael Bay be true coming from Disney? What crazy things are they going to come up with thinking that they're enticing young men and just be total disasters?
Well-
Because I predict whatever it's going to be a disaster, but it might be funny to see what they decide young men actually want.
I saw a post on Twitter. It was either last night or this morning. I don't remember anymore. Where somebody quote tweeted some Doctor Who stuff that said, "Hey Disney, I'm a Gen Z guy. Stop not funding this." And I thought to myself, "Oh, shut up, you. Shut up." I could say so many things, but you know what? I'm not gonna, because I'm not a reply guy. So, but yeah, if you're saying you want Disney to fund more current Doctor Who and you're Gen Z, then I'm gonna say you're full of shit. You're not a real Doctor Who fan, and you are.
Yeah,
I
your
get
check
out.
testosterone light might be on.
Yes. Yes.
Because
Check light, that's cool. I like that.
I'm the only Gen Z man on this panel. I'm ashamed of that fact and apologize for it profusely on many occasions. But yeah, anything that they come up with, I doubt will entice me in any way, shape, or form.
But think about it. What original stuff would be great, but who's out there that's going to come up with good original stuff that they're farming out to?
That Disney can farm out to? Nobody.
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 Those bridges are burned, scorched.
Yeah.
There's nothing like. My thing is like okay, Jed is the target audience for the sake of simplicity.
Okay.
Let's just say Jed's the target audience. What can you actually give Jed to have him come and pay good money and to be latched into a fandom? You've already sacrificed everything that Adam and I's generation have built that we would pass to him. You've already killed it. So now you have to come up with new IPs that's going to attract that demographic, which you spent the last better part of almost a decade saying that they're useless and good for nothings. And if you're not down with whamming doing whamming things, then you're a bad guy. What can you possibly do? Because they did the right, and I'll give your generation this, Jed. I'll give your generation a little bit of credit. They turned off the television. I give them credit there. They were like, okay, you told us, like at this point, that will be from their adolescence to now their early adulthood. They've been told that if you're a man, you're terrible, you're a this and a that, all these negative things. And then they proceeded to put that on the television, on the movies, on the streaming, on the everywhere for your entire teenage to early adult life. And you all have said, you know what? I don't need to take this. I'm going to sit at home and I'm going to play my video games and play D&D or whatever. You all have walked away. What can you possibly do? Now I ask you, Jed, I'll just ask you straight up. What can they do to win your money?
Personally, nothing, because the way I see it, you can only be abused so many times before you're done giving them chances. I see it as almost an abusive parent situation where, you give them benefit of the doubt for so long, but at a certain point, it doesn't matter what redemption arc they've gone on. It's not healthy for you to be involved in that, because I do see, like what you're saying, you want to talk about a mental health crisis? My generation of young men have been told repeatedly that they're evil, that they're wrong, that they're vile, and people going so far as, hey, every white man should go to a re-education camp when they turn 18 so they know how to operate in a diverse society. We've repeatedly been told that we're rotted from the core from birth. And that's something that is on par with the worst things a parent can say to a child.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's no coming back from that. You can start giving out candy, start being a little creeper in a white van. You can make promises that we don't know if you can keep. it's at a certain point the damage is done, and young men are already very vulnerable in the society that we live in. After all of that, it's not healthy to go back into a toxic relationship. I know this might sound a little too down this the psychologist rabbit hole, but I do believe it is damaging to the young male psyche what they've been repeatedly exposed to over the years, and it is only the healthy thing to cut ties.
Now, everything you guys both said, perfect. I can't add to that. What I will add, though, on a separate road, is you ask Jed, what can they possibly give? My answer to that is, or my added question to that, who's going to make it? Because as Jed and I, and you yourself will know, those of us with new and interesting ideas, we've been pushed out. We have been pushed out of legacy media, mainstream media, legacy publishing, all that stuff. They don't want to hear.
Dre's fighting
our
tooth
ideas.
and nail to get his great comic books out there, trying to get into the comic book circle, and it's working. He's getting into the conventions, but he's working 10 times harder than he should need to. His ideas are good enough that he should have gotten the attention of Marvel and DC a decade ago, but he's got wrong think.
Yeah, exactly.
And my problem is I'm a straight white male.
I'm
a straight white male. And I don't bend the knee to commie Marxist far left propaganda. So my works are neutral. They don't have any messaging in them. It's just escapism entertainment, dealing with classical themes that come and go throughout history. So
You forget silence is violence. So if you're silent on political
Mm.
themes, you're committing violence.
So the problem is for this new Gen Z audience, then there's nobody, the next wave of creatives, the next George Lucas's, the next and pick any from authors to comic creators, so like that. Gaming, they're still there. The indie market, they're coming up. We're going to talk about some stuff from both remnants of good AAA to mid-card stuff when we talk about Gamescom today. But the gaming, that's great. They're out there because those guys can make their dreams come true with Expedition 33. 33
They're
people.
so decentralized. It's not like Hollywood where
Right.
everything has to go through the same 3-4 big companies.
Yeah, you could just get your thing, get it up on Steam, and you're good to go. Or if you are good enough, if you have enough connections, you can reach out to the console companies and get it out there. And if you're smart enough, don't let them bully you and screw it up. Because Expedition 33 was cross-platform release, and it was great. Beautiful. So there isn't anybody out there to bring the new stuff unless you are aware of the independent circuit, which is what we're a part of, or I'm still struggling to get into because it's just so slow going, as Jed already said. Those of us who do not have outlets, those of us who are not getting inside track, those of us who kind of, and I'll say it, I missed the boat in 2019. If I'd had a YouTube channel in 2019 with my Star Wars knowledge and experience, I would have ridden that wave and exploded when everybody else did. But I was sitting in a chair. This desk was over there on that side of the room, and I was just sitting there, someone in the audience commenting. So I missed the last big window to dive in, and everything since then, the rules have changed. It's much harder to break in and get a hold of the social media pie. So those of us who are trying to get out there, we're here, though. We're here. And we have so much to give. But we have to get everybody's attention. And it starts with good folks like you in the chat who come by our streams, watch our videos, interact with us across social media, share it out there. I mean, that's the growing, true grassroots, organic, to use terms that I hate. I don't use them. Grassroots organic movement that will have actual foundation and, dare I say, passion attached to it. So I guess that's the conversation I feel that was good to have coming out of Disney Wants More male audience. They're not going to get it because Disney was always a family brand for 50 years. Then it transitioned into a girl brand in the 2000s. And then it became an agenda-driven brand in the 2010s. And it's never gone back, and it doesn't know what it's doing. So either way, good luck, Disney. We hope you burn down. We hope you burn down. All right. Let's just do a quick little box office review. The Last Stand of Superman. How much do you think it made this week, guys?
$1 million.
More than that, but it only made about 3 million.
Oh,
Domestically, oh my god! Hey, it crossed 600, so it's such a success,
It's a victory.
but still ain't break even. That's a daggone shame.
And with the international being consistently lower, what was it? Worldwide 5 million.
It's deep.
Yeah, maybe must have been 3 to 2 million. I don't know. I mean, here's the week.
This is beyond cognitive dissonance. People acting like this is a success. This is full on schizophrenic, warped fantasy of reality going on, and people saying that making $500,000 domestically on a Thursday is a good thing after 35 days now?
Yeah, no. 40 days.
40 days.
Last 7 weeks, 40 days. Last week was the 35 day because there was a 35 day on the digital release. That's how I remember that.
That's what it was.
Yeah, but I mean, seriously, it's still in theaters, but it's bringing in nothing, which is why there is digital. But also now, go.
Oh, it's below 1 million on a weekend day. That Friday is 900,000.
It's over.
Now,
it's dead.
None of us watch Peacemaker season 2.
Heck no.
Yeah.
I already watched enough Cancer with Alien Earth. Season 1, I couldn't get through season 1 of Peacemaker. I tried because I loved the Suicide Squad. I couldn't finish it. I couldn't do it.
I never even bothered. Listen. Some people despise John Cena. I liked the Super Cena era. I thought it was fun. I got in because he was a generation's Hulk Hogan essentially in terms of what he meant to think. So I enjoyed John Cena when he was in his prime in the WWE, but I could care less when he acts, and I could really care less him being his Peacemaker because I don't care about James Gunn trying to make another out there pseudo hero a thing. I just don't. So I was going to watch season 1. Definitely not watching season 2, but since we didn't watch season 2, any of us, we're not going to really dive into it, but they've made a big deal out of it with the retcon in the beginning and all that stuff, swapping out the Justice League for the Justice Gang.
Which doesn't make sense by all reports. The Justice Gang itself could work, but the fact that Superman and Supergirl were there and didn't speak and were just in shadow or whatnot, just like most of the Justice League in the original, it's weird, it's tacked on, and is incongruent with what we see in Superman itself.
And
he
then
doesn't
it
care
doesn't
about his own continuity.
sense. That's what I'm saying. The man's a hack, and that's what I'm saying. Well, remember, maybe we had this conversation maybe 2-3 weeks ago when I was saying certain things are still canon from the DCEU, but certain things aren't, but they still intertwine with each other. This is the type of nonsense crap that I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This dude is a hack. So everything in the Suicide Squad still happened. And everything in Peacemaker season 1 still happened. And now you just dry erase people and then put others in to try to justify that it still happened. You're a hack.
He couldn't afford to George Lucas Peacemaker season 1.
This guy's
edit.
Hack.
Because Superman didn't make any money.
These are the problems I have with this guy. Just be honest. Just be like, yo, there's some stuff I like because I made it in the DCEU and I'm keeping it. Have the nuts. Put your dick on the table. Why are we sitting there and doing this foolishness? Talking about some things happened, some things didn't happen, and it's all new. You're a liar, bro. You're a liar. Just tell the truth and shame the devil. Who you got to answer to? Huh? Who you got to answer to? They already greenlit you to do whatever you want. They've already backed up the Brinks truck and got gold bars and naked hoes. What do we care? Just do what you want and just tell the truth. You gonna retcon a show that's supposed to still have happened? Get the freak out of here, man.
But here's the problem.
That dude, screw him.
Here's the problem. James Gunn believes. I think he believes his own lies at this point. I think he does. To go out and say this week, we're so proud of the success.
Oh,
We're so happy. It feels so good. When we're looking at this number right here, by their metrics, they still lost $46 million, excuse me, by their metrics, $46
even by
million.
their metrics, they've lost money.
Yeah.
100%.
And here's the thing, too. I can understand when you made Peacemaker season 1, you were not going to get Cavill and Godot to show up for that
Of course,
stinger.
that's money.
But Corn Sweat's not expensive. You couldn't get him to show up. I mean, let's be honest. Nathan Fillion is more famous than David Corn Sweat.
100%.
No, absolutely. And you could have just filmed something while you were filming Superman.
Yeah, because he knew he was going to do this.
Yeah, he
damn
knew
well he was gonna
right
do this.
off the bat. This isn't something that he had to script out and make sure was congruent with his season 2 plans. It was just a rewrite of season 1. So on the day that Millie Alcock showed up for her 10-second scene in the Superman, just say, all right, we're breaking for lunch. We're going to go over here real quick and just have you guys on some green screens floating there for the Peacemaker scene. It's going to take them an hour to do what he needed them.
And you know what I love there with the Millie Alcock stuff, because they showed Supergirl there, the Alcock simps all rolled out,
thirsting over
she
her
looks
CGI
so good.
double.
It's not even fucking her. It's not even her. It's a CGI double with bigger tits.
Yes. Now that's accurate.
I saw them thirsting over the fact that she lifted up her one leg to kick it out, like a girl swooning. And it's like, yeah, that's CGI. It's not Millie. She's not actually in love with you, dudes.
And she's not there. So that was the thing that made me cahoot the most. It was like, that's not the word I wanted to use.
That's not the right word, but
I'm getting sick. I'm sick. Leave me alone. Getting sick.
It's a
Leave me alone.
cahoot. That's awesome.
Cahoots, cohort. I wanted to hoot,
Cohorts?
whatever.
I don't even know what you're trying to say.
I don't know anymore either.
He's having a fever dream. Somebody stop him.
I had
just
fever
be
dreams
careful
last night.
before you go into racial slur territory.
Oh,
No,
there we
listen.
go.
I've had serious fever dreams before. Where when I was in China, and I had like homebrew coof over there, and it was killing me. I had a fever dream when I was in a hotel room, and all I had was basically a bunch of anti-inflammatories that I could take. It's all I was able to take. And in this fever dream, I was watching the circuitry of my mind flare. That's what I saw in that dream. I remember it clear as day right now. I remember like balls rolling across the circuitry of my brain. As I was like, oh my God, I'm going insane. I remember that fever dream. It was nuts. So my fever dream now is this. No, this is just me being retarded. This is just me being dumb because I have no filter right now. Anyway, so James Gunn, Superman, Peacemaker season 2, whatever comes next. The worst part of all this is, as what I said last week, the propaganda machine. It just keeps going. They haven't stopped. They, like Jed said, they were so thrilled to tell everybody across $600 million this week. Big deal. It's the highest grossing superhero movie. Gross means shit.
Yep.
Talk about that. So there's this. I'm pretty sure this is the last time we're going to actively talk about the box office of this movie, because now that it is literally nothing. I mean, this is a 7 days. 7 days.
They need to just pull it. All right,
Yeah.
it's done. You're not going to get any money from your digital sales that you're doing.
No.
That's not going to move the needle. So just accept the number as it is. You're not going to get a better one.
3 pirates bought it, and now millions of people have it.
Yeah.
All right, just to round it out, other failure. The other failure
hasn't made money either.
Oh
I'm
God!
just curious.
Don't even
I'm
cross
just curious.
500 yet.
Nope, it's not going to.
Oh sweet
It's
Jesus!
still made more than Superman did this week, though. Domestically, in 4 weeks. I mean, this is complete thing. And listen, with this one and this one, I'm right. I'll say it again. I'm right. Everybody else is wrong. I nailed it. But then again, excuse me. We look at Superman. We look at this. We look at what's coming up next. They got next in the theaters, Supergirl. Next in the theaters, Doomsday. Supergirl, I think between 450 and 550. I think
I have no evidence to the contrary.
Yeah.
At the point,
that will get any higher than that.
yeah, at this point, that's pretty reasonable. Lobo's not going to move the needle.
No, it's not. And here's
women
the
will
thing, too.
go. No, women will go. They will go see Jason Momoa get naked, but they're not going to be a core thing.
Well, and his women audience has been in decline over the last few years. Like Aquaman 2 didn't do well. Minecraft was not a product of his audience coming to see that. That's the success of that film. I think his thirsthood has declined over the years since the first Aquaman. But yeah, at this point, I think Supergirl has the better chance of breaking even, though, because Doomsday is an absolute shit show of its budget at this point. It's going to balloon to $600 million at
easily. Jed,
easily.
I'll put the farm on it. This film production budget is going to be $1 billion. It's going to be $1 billion.
It's going to be insane. And with everything people saying about it, it's not done writing. They've
did you see the post this morning? They're going to come back in January for the next round with cameos and unannounced stars.
They haven't even finished the script, and they're saying, "Yep, we're coming back for reshoots." And no one knows what they're doing on the set. Like at least with Tom Holland during Infinity War, there's a legitimate reason not to tell him what the fuck's going on. He does not have a good. At least back then he was. Don't trust him, because there were reports that he was not told anything that he was doing in Infinity War. It's like, you're fighting a dude. Is he tall? No, we can't tell you that. Just stuff on that level. But when you're doing that with everybody on Doomsday, like what's his bucket?
Specifically, Alan Cumming. It's what I reported on earlier this week. Alan Cumming did an interview with People magazine, and he came out and he said, "I went in there because damn it, I did it again." You know what that is? No, you know what that is? That's my habit. No. That's my habit from Daily Dive, because if I leave it on this one, it full screens me, and instead of doing it like this, where it keeps the background. It's a habit I've developed. It's a habit. That's what's happening here. Listen. As we're doing this, whatever's bothering me, the congestion's starting to go forward, not backwards now. So it's starting. So leave me alone. All right, I'm struggling here. Anyway,
the man's fighting for his life out here,
and no one's fighting against him.
Y'all against me? No, you're not with me. You're against me. You want me to fail? Anyway, so Alan Cumming comes out and says, "I loved." First, he says, "I loved performing for the Russos for the MCU. It's so much better than working for PDF file guy who did the X-Men movies,
Bryan Singer."
Yeah. But then he comes out and says, "I showed up. I was in front of green screens for the whole thing, and people were wearing masks, and people were and people were wearing fake names and fake identities. I have no idea who I was acting with. I have no idea what I was doing there. And then I was gone." Now, say what you about Alan Cumming. He is a good actor. He's done a lot of good stuff. He is a veteran actor. He knows what he's doing. They rolled him in there, did a bunch of MCU shit, and rolled him right out. And you're telling me this movie's going to be a coherent script and story and narrative?
Oh, it's going to be a mess.
See, like,
it's going to make Flash look coherent.
Don't say that out loud, Jed. Oh, my penis just went up inside my body. Oh my God. Look, this gives me, now it's not on the same scale, obviously, but this gives me vibes of when the prequel movies were being shot. It's giving me vibes of that, when the actors, of course, everybody knew who each other was. Well, obviously not to the greatest scale, but nonetheless, when you don't know what you're doing, and like you don't know how to act, you don't know how to present yourself, because everything is green and blue screens, it's not going to mesh well, especially when they're not in the same room together. The idea that now in this film, of course, is much larger than anything the prequels were doing. And the idea is that all of it is going to be anonymity. What are we talking about, man? Like, what secrets are you trying to keep?
I don't think it's secrets. I think it's incompetence.
They just
I
want to
think it's
hide that
charming.
they don't know what's going on themselves, the writers and the Russos, because this is a disaster. No one can do a good performance if they don't even know what they're doing. Great actors can work on a green screen and deliver great performances, but only if they're told, all right, you're reacting to this. This is the person you're talking to. This is the dynamic. As long as they have the information that they need, that the green screen is going to be filling in for, we've got great performances from green screens. But if you don't know, it's never going to mesh correctly. It's always going to feel like it was tacked on and just doesn't belong. And the behind the scenes story I often think about in moments like this, when we're talking about just movies that are pure green screen and you start to worry about shallowness, is the story of Ian McKellen on the set of the first Hobbit
I was
film.
just thinking about that. Yep.
When he was doing the bag end scene and all the dwarves and the hobbits were on different sets because of the size difference. They were using green screens to cover the size difference, and he broke down in tears saying, "This is not why I became an actor. I'm not here to talk to tennis balls. I can't have an emotional connection with the tennis ball." At least that crew, they made a Gandalf day, is what they called it, a Gandalf appreciation day, decorated his tent, made him feel a lot better, and he was able to move on from that. But real actors, this isn't how you utilize real actors like Ian McKellen, like all those people that are coming back for Doomsday. This is a recipe for disaster on so many levels. These actors can't ever give a good performance if you don't even know what they're supposed to be doing. How can you tell someone what they're supposed to do if you don't even know what they're supposed to be doing?
Exactly.
Or feel, for that matter. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine and this is a huge cast. And can you imagine if they're all
with
in
more to come?
room? Yeah, with more. With more to come. It's a huge cast. And can you imagine if all of this is like, okay, we're gonna film this right now. Okay, now get him out of here. Okay, now call her up and I'll get her in here. And bro, incoherent nonsense. It's not, and I still don't get it. Why? What's your game plan? I don't understand.
Trick people.
But who are you
It's
tricking?
going to balloon the budget. If you're filming everyone individually, that's going to make the filming time grow so much. With this size of cast, if you have to film everyone individually with, 2 studios? I don't know how much they have where they're filming out in the UK, but you've only got so many spaces that you can do this in. And you've got 60 actors you've got to do individually. This could be filming for the entire time up to release with virtually no breaks.
Oh, it's not releasing in December.
I don't think there's any way it'll meet its release date at this point.
No, it's going to get pushed back to 27, and it's leading to what I said a year ago, before when this shit. I'm sorry, 2 years ago, 2-3 years ago, before this shit was even announced, and we said there's no way people are going to hang on to the end of the decade for this stuff, because Fantastic Four showed us exactly how much enthusiasm there is now. None. Nobody cares. I mean, all right. Just to slightly tangent to a somewhat relevant point of this. They just wrapped Spider-Man Brand New Day filming in Ireland. They just wrapped that, or Scotland, wherever they
Scotland.
were.
In Glasgow,
yeah. Okay, yeah, Scotland. Sorry. They just wrapped there, so they're moving on to wherever they're going to go next. But now that they're done with the filming there, here comes rumors they're going to bring in Florence Pew Pew's Yelena into that movie too. I mean, what are we doing? To what Dre just said, what are we doing here? Who cares about Pew Pew Yelena?
Zero people.
Nobody. She's not a compelling character. She is a pseudo Black Widow right now. So they are making this strange attempt to legitimize the current rosters that they have. Problem is, Yelena's story from the failed Black Widow movie through the Hawkeye TV show, now through Thunderbolts, nobody gives a shit.
At all. At all. How many times are they gonna keep dragging this girl out here? Now I think like if you give her the right script, she does fine work. Like I saw her in some A24 films, like some low budget stuff. She does some good work. Like so it ain't got nothing to do with her acting chops. I'm not personally a fan. But y'all try and get this character over, using wrestling terms for those that understand, trying to get this person over and try to have that person on the tongue of every fan. If we don't like you, we don't like you. It's not like that. You put her in some stuff nobody liked. Nobody likes her character. Move on. And to keep trying to push her as she's the next girl. She's in line. Like, stop. Just
And
stop.
you think about it like this: it's yet another person crammed into this Spider-Man movie.
Yep.
That's already got too many people in it.
Yep.
I mean, you know what would have been a winning recipe to move away from the previous trilogy of the Tom Holland Spider-Man films, to get away from it and injected blood and keep it feeling like Spider-Man. And this may be low-hanging fruit, but I'm going to take 2 handfuls of this low-hanging fruit.
Mm.
All you had to do was go, "Hey, Sydney Sweeney, want to be Black Cat?
Oh my God. See, now she
want to
is
be Felicia Hardy?
Yep.
Want to be Felicia Hardy and have a Felicia Hardy Peter Parker romance like they did in the comics?
I like to see
Want to
that.
do that?
I like to see
Because we're down for that.
Yep.
In fact, we're all up for that.
See, yeah.
And we haven't seen Black Cat on screen before. It's different. It's unique. It's not retreading old territory or stealing from other things like Hulk and the Punisher.
And she literally has Felicia Hardy's body.
Yeah.
She literally has it.
Yeah.
And we remember from the Madam Web stuff, she wants to do the accurate stunts. She wants to do that kind of shit. She's down for it. She's
And
into
not only
it.
is she down for that, Adam, she's down to get naked. Let's get that part out the way.
She will have the V. You
Exactly.
will see the glorious Felicia Hardy cleavage. She's happy to do it. She's happy for fan service. So we don't need. I don't care if you like Bernthal's Punisher. We don't need Punisher in Spider movie. We don't need more. We don't need more Ruffalo Hulk, Savage
we
or
don't need
Professor.
that at all.
We don't need. They sang the what's her name? The chick from Stranger Things that's in it. I never remember her name. Sadie Sink. Sadie Sink. They're saying her character's going to have a twist to it. No.
What? I didn't hear that. Oh my God, she's gonna be Gwen, Spider Gwen.
Don't do that. Don't say that out loud yet.
Because the rumors are she's playing Gwen Stacy, and if there's a twist to her character, it's gonna be Spider Gwen or Gwen Poole.
Hang on. Wait, ain't she a redhead?
Yeah. No, they finally cast a good-looking MJ, and they make her Gwen Stacy.
These people just cannot get out of their own way, bro. They cannot get out of their own way. It's impressive.
Yeah.
Golly.
So it would have been a simple thing. Don't need one of his top tier Spider-Man villains, but get somebody in there and bring in Felicia Hardy, Black Cat, and Sydney Sweeney, who, yes, it's low hanging fruit. Everybody wants her and everything, but she is literally built for that role.
Adam, here's the thing. Here's the thing that's different about Sydney Sweeney. She sells. That's the difference.
Yeah.
She sells. Yes. Is she was that not oversaturated? I'll use the term.
Yeah,
Is there
everywhere now, but
oversaturation?
it's
Is there
what we want, though.
oversaturation of her? Sure. But this is the thing. Everything she touches turns to gold.
Yeah. And to quote you from last week, we want that titty meat.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. If you want me in the theater, put some fine white titty meat on the screen. I'll come and see.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the sake of like, oh man, she's hot. I'm gonna go see it. How many movies I used to see just because somebody was hot in it?
Yes.
All of them.
That was me in television. I would watch television for hot chicks.
Why are we pretending like this isn't the same way that everything functions? They just did the daggone jeans commercials with this white girl, and now them jeans are selling more than McDonald's sandwiches.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not like incidental. Oh my gosh, one off. No. She's a beautiful white woman. Put her on the screen. Watch the nigga show up. It's just how it works. This is how it works.
It's such an easy formula.
Yeah.
Put her on there. And I know his brand is a little bit damaged from, as you call it, Daredevil aborted, but Wilson Fisk is actually a character from another product that makes sense to interact with Spider-Man. So have him be the
Kingpin
villain
is a
of
Spider-Man villain.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So that one, it makes sense to carry him over, unlike Hulk and Punisher. Bring over Wilson Fisk. Have him be Mayor Fisk and just divorce it from the Born Again timeline where that doesn't exist, and have him running Felicia in some way. That's how she's introduced.
Or she wants to steal something from him because she's a thief.
It's so simple. They're acting like this has to be a Jenga tower of complexity to make a good Spider-Man film. No, just get Wilson Fisk, which you already have on call. Get Sydney Sweeney as Black Cat, Tom Holland Spider-Man, and that's 90% of the cast right there.
And just watching her slink around in the movie saying, "Hey, Spider." I mean, it's right there. It's so simple. And they went the complete opposite direction. They jam-packed it with a bunch of people that we don't care about and villains we don't know about. I mean, and finally fulfilling the Scorpion thing. Yeah, I don't care about that anymore. I don't
think anyone cared about it when it happened either.
Yeah.
When it was first teased.
Listen. I'm not sitting in the seat to see Scorpion be the main villain or outside of a thug use because he's Scorpion. He's not a complicated villain.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, as I said, just to tangentially speaking, Brand New Day. That's probably what's going to make the money next year. Let's be honest.
Sure.
People are going to show up for a Spider-Man movie.
Oh yeah, of the movies coming out, it's going to be the clear winner. Kind of like Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World, where yes, it's a success, but not a blowout success. But it's the only one that made profit. I think is what we're going to be looking at next year.
Yeah, and people. But here's the thing: no matter how much we may complain about Tom Holland as Spider-Man, all this stuff, there's still goodwill for him as Spider-Man for a lot of people.
Sure.
That's goodwill. People are just down because we want it to be a little different. We want more, and we don't want it to be connected to the MCU anymore. That's the problem. But there's still a lot of normie goodwill that they're going to show up in droves, and that's
great
what's
with the
happen.
Fans.
Yeah,
he's never been antagonistic.
And Tom Holland's not a dick. I mean, he's and frankly, he's a nerd. I mean, I liked his Final Fantasy 16 commercials. I liked his Final Fantasy. Was it Final Fantasy? No, it was 14. It was 14. Was it 16 or 14? I don't remember anymore. He did a Final Fantasy commercial, and it's okay. The people understand his geeky appeal, and as I said, he's like just said, he's not offensive. He don't run his mouth.
Way too good for Zendaya.
She's offensive.
That's what I mean. He's way too good for her.
She's a problem.
What the heck is she? She Colombian?
She's your favorite word, half breed.
Another half breed?
She's got to be half breed.
Blaxican?
I don't know. I don't know.
She makes my eyes hurt. That is not an attractive woman.
She's pushed in everything.
But when we're talking about a major Spider-Man film barely making money, being kind of a success compared to everything else, like an Avengers film, we're in bad territory.
Yeah,
because I think Doomsday is on track to be considered one of the biggest disasters in Hollywood history.
It will be.
I legitimately think we're on par for that, where it's going to lose the most money of any film ever and just be talked about as a cautionary tale. In 100 years, cinema students will be talking about how to avoid the mistakes of Doomsday. I don't think we're going to see anything like this or have ever seen anything like the disaster that's coming. It's a doomsday for Marvel Cinematic Universe as much as it is for the characters.
I'm inclined to agree.
It's going to be production budget alone, $600 million plus.
Oh, that's easy money. Easy.
And then they're going to do a $200 to $300 million marketing campaign. They have to.
Yeah, we're looking at a $2 billion break even point.
That's what I was about to say. $2 billion break even.
So essentially, they're going to use Avatar to pay for the failure of Doomsday this year. Whatever Avatar makes this year will be used to balance whatever they spent to make Doomsday this year and next year.
God,
I am praying to any deity that will listen. Good Lord, please don't let this Avatar movie make quadrillions of dollars.
Dude, it's going to make like $3 billion or some crazy shit like
begging.
That. You know it is. Listen,
no, it's going to, but it's the
international audience is insane. I don't know. Look, I don't know what all those international audiences are into, but it can't be this. It can't be. These movies aren't good. These are bad films.
We were so confident because we were so smart a couple of years ago. The three of us. We're so confident. This is dog shit. Do that, and we got spanked.
Our mistake was having faith in humanity.
Yeah.
We're like those naive politicians who are like, yeah, when something happens, the people will pull together and we'll just pay for everyone. Everyone will donate to us and human goodness will carry us through. That's what we were. All
How
right.
wrong were we? That was unspeakably wrong. We were, we go like there's no way that the human race would do this twice. Like there's no way they'll be tricked.
They did it better.
Twice.
They did it worse. No way to put it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So I mean, the chat's right. They're retarded. It's. Listen, we'll give one thing. The technology's good. It looks impressive.
Sure.
But
and we all know the mating habits of those movies appeals in the Middle East. So some of the only movies that make money there.
No, I want to talk about that.
Oh no.
Yeah, they have to fucking animal to procreate.
Oh, mommy.
Well, do you know the difference between goat prices and measurements in the U.S. versus the Middle East?
Oh, God, mommy,
You're
don't
tell me, aren't you?
We measure goat prices by the pound. They do it by the hour.
Oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Listen, there's a line from The Jewel of the Nile where Danny DeVito gets picked up by the locals, the natives, when he's still hunting Michael Douglas, Kathleen Turner. And after they're celebrating a victory, he goes, "No sheep is safe tonight." I remember that line forever. Yeah, those are okay movies. I mean, you know. Anyway, all right. So, yeah, we have no faith in it, and we'll be there, though. We'll be there. I'm gonna report the hell out of this. I'm gonna follow it. I will watch and review Doomsday. I kind of have to at this point.
Oh yeah, I mean, you have to.
We're all gonna be there.
I mean, it's gonna suck up all whenever it releases, probably first quarter 2027.
More than likely, yeah.
It's gonna suck up all the oxygen in the room. There'll be nothing else to talk about. Doesn't matter what happens. Doesn't matter.
Do we think it'll make $1 billion?
No.
You don't think it'll get that far?
I don't
Not in
gross?
profit. I mean, gross.
Oh,
gross. I don't think so.
It's not going to make any profit. There's no chance in hell it's going to sniff
I
a
honestly
profit.
don't think it makes the gross that people think it will. I think people are going to be so bored, so unenthusiastic, so played out for all this stuff, so not caring about the cast. I mean, the rumors are there's like 4 teams. You got Black Falcon Avengers. You got the Thunderbolts, the new Avengers. You got the Fantastic Four, and with some of the couple others, and you got I'm sorry, Fantastic Four gets spread the other ones. No, you got Doctor Doom's team, and then Loki's gonna have a team, like fake Loki from the TV show. Not even real Loki.
That's not.
It's gonna be a mess. I see 700 million as its floor.
Here's my
that's
question.
the lowest I think it's gonna be.
And I've asked this question several times. Who are the Avengers?
There are 2 Avengers. There's Sam Wilson Avengers.
Who's with his Avengers? Who?
His
Anybody?
buddy, the new Falcon.
See, nobody.
Shang-Chi.
Next.
The midget widow.
No one. The answer is no one. There are no Avengers. There's nothing. There hasn't been nothing since Endgame. There's been nothing. There are no Avengers. What was the last Avengers film, Adam?
Endgame.
And that film, all the Avengers disbanded. Okay, there are no Avengers. There are no teams. There's nothing. And now we're gonna have a Doomsday event, meaning a culmination of multiple stories coming to a head.
Here's the
There's
problem.
been nothing.
It shouldn't be called Avengers Doomsday.
I won't argue against that.
It should have been called something else.
Yeah, it should have been called No Movie. That's what it should have been called.
I mean, you got Fox X-Men in there, and I said it earlier this week. I'm gonna say it again. Let's stop pretending those movies were great.
We do have to stop pretending. That's very true. The
Let's
nostalgia. The nostalgia.
There's a
bump-
couple good ones, but yeah, there's more bad than good.
There's more bad than good for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the first one is mid at best. I hated it when I saw it. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's great." I'm thinking something. It's pretty high. They probably were, but I mean, is everybody high?
I think it was more just groundbreaking at the time. Like they hadn't seen anything like that. If it came out in the height of superhero films, a decade ago, it'd be mid. I think mid to average is a pretty good explanation of that one.
Absolutely.
And
So-
even X2 is a
And
lot better.
It's a
but-
lot better,
I
but
like
it
it.
in my mind, whenever I watch it, it gets worse for me every time I watch it. I don't love it as much as I used to. I used to
Adam,
love
because
that
you're
movie.
looking at, once again, I had the same problem back in the day. When I first saw the first X-Men movie, just like you, when I first saw it, I did not enjoy it because to me, it felt like it was cheap knockoff because we were just coming off X-Men the animated series. We're looking at all these great colors, all the great abilities, and all that other stuff.
The black
So-
leather costumes didn't do it for you.
Exactly. And the idea of Wolverine being 6 feet tall, like all these stuff that weren't comic accurate was this I had disdain for. Now, granted, going back and looking at these films to see how important they are for the zeitgeist and to actually people that are non-comic fans, because Adam, we have to remember that at that point we were a deep minority. Like nerd culture was nowhere close to what it was going to. We could no way we could foresee what nerd culture was going to become. But at the time, we were a minority, and the studios had to make a movie that would attract general audiences, and so they did what would attract general audiences, and they did a very good job.
Yeah.
So it's just looking at it from that perspective. Now, as far as the film content is concerned, once again, that's subjective. You might be into it. Like me, I had a lot of problems with X2. Especially with Lady Deathstrike. Almost.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say now. Of course, what's her name? I forget her name. Smoking hot to be Lady Deathstrike.
Oh,
Smoking hot.
Lou.
No. I know her. I just can't remember her name all of a sudden. Can't remember her name. I know. I'm
Yeah,
with you.
but yeah,
I'm with you.
she's hot.
I mean,
And she was an
she's hot.
Arrow. Yeah, she was hot.
Great choice. Great choice. But
Mm.
she was a non-existent. She was mind controlled. Literally 99.9% of the movie, and that means you're completely getting away from her history with Logan.
Yeah, that mess was weird, and I had a
And
big problem.
to have them fight and have such a meaningless fight. And this is why I keep saying, once I know the lore, and you go back and you watch it, it's like, whoa, that fight should be so much more powerful.
Yeah,
than it was.
Exactly. And
And-
that's
and-
the issue. That's the issue I had. But at the same time, I now can look back and understand why it was done the way it was. That don't mean I like it, but I can understand that's why it was done the way it does. So, and like what Jed said, if the X-Men movies came out after, let's say, 2010 to 2016, and the way that they would be absolutely panned.
Kelly
They'll
who?
be looked at as
Thank you,
garbage.
Frank. Kelly who?
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That's all I
Thank you.
needed.
Thank you.
That's all I needed. Kelly.
But I think they were important films to happen to make the MCU happen. They kept a lot of money going into Marvel at a time when they needed it, not to the degree of Blade, obviously saving them from bankruptcy. But I think they paved the way for Iron Man and the MCU. So
Oh,
they're
definitely.
important
Absolutely.
films. But I agree, they're not great films, and they got worse for a while. They're like Last Stand is really
Last
bad.
Stand is an
X-Men Origin
abomination
Wolverine.
of a
I don't know if
movie.
this is unpopular, but I think the two best, or at least my two favorite X-Men films, are Days of Future Past and Logan. And they're not, they're not top tier, but I think in comparison to the other,
No, what you just said are the two best ones: the Days of Future Past and Logan. I
I
think that's
really like Days of
controversial.
Future Past way
Yeah,
more
I
than
like
I
that
should.
movie.
There
I mean,
are absolute flaws in it. There's some weird shit.
The
But
problem with Days of Future Past is that it's building on things that were introduced with Origins and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, I don't care about Jennifer Lawrence Mystique. I don't care.
First Class was okay. There's
I
some
hate
weird
that
shit
You
in
know
there.
what?
I hate that movie personally.
Really?
I hate First
I
Class.
don't
I
hate
that
it, but I don't love it. But if they had started the whole thing with First Class, I think it would have gone down a better track if they had
It's a
started the entire
decent foundation. I really like Kevin Bacon's death scene in that movie.
Yes, that scene is really cool. And so once
Mhm.
again, I love Sebastian Shaw. Hellfire Club. I love Sebastian Shaw.
Mhm.
What they did to Sebastian Shaw in that film made me want to slice off my fingertips. I hated his portrayal.
Really?
His death scene is great. Magneto's origin done very well. Everything with Xavier made me want to throw up. Everything about him and Mystique or childhood.
Oh, their
That, like I
backstory
said,
was
Jennifer
awful.
Lawrence Mystique
What are we
is
doing?
just like it was a poison in all of that, and it sours it constantly.
And it only got worse. Like in
Yeah.
her last film, she's like, "Why are we still called the X-Men?"
I almost I almost broke my TV.
Dude,
I
I
didn't
can't
watch
believe
it.
how we went from Days of Future Past to the two worst X-Men films, in my opinion, with Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix.
Well,
Oh,
Apocalypse I
man.
watched and I don't remember it.
And nor should you, because I love
'cause
Apocalypse.
I
He's
remember
my
where I
favorite big
was.
bad.
This was it was during my recovery period. I was in bed, had the laptop on in just resting on my chest, and I watched it. I know I watched it. I don't remember it.
I think
Now,
what they did to
nothing to
Storm
remember.
was one of the worst things about that film.
Jeds, don't say it out loud. God, demons can hear you. Stop it. Don't say it out loud.
What are you
Everything
doing?
they did.
Learning.
I hated everything about that movie. Everything they did with Apocalypse was so wrong.
Oscar
Even when
Isaac
they
was terrible.
Unleash your power.
even the horsemen were trash, bro.
Yeah.
That's my favorite villain faction of all time. Is Apocalypse and the Horsemen. I love that. Just about every iteration has been excellent. Excellent. Except what they did on that film. I almost cut off my leg in the theater. That was a disaster. Everything, and when Oscar Isaac ruled the world, I hate that movie. I hate that movie. And the Phoenix movie, Rise of the
We're never gonna get Dark Phoenix proper. We're never gonna get it.
No. I don't know how.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I
how we can
remember.
keep messing this
I
up.
remember a kid. I remember walking into the place where I would check out my comics and seeing the cover of Dark Phoenix standing behind Xavier knocked out of the wheelchair. I remember that.
Good stuff. That's great
I
stuff.
remember
And then, of
first
course,
seeing
the
that.
animated series did it perfectly. Perfectly. Just do that. Do what they did and put it on the screen. You know what? I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, but the X-Men films had their place, the early ones anyway. But they weren't great films in general. They weren't.
Yeah.
But they
So-
definitely hold their place in history for sure.
Circling back to why we went down that rabbit hole, which is I'm glad we did because we're entertaining you. That's not enough to make Doomsday palatable. And listen, all respect to Sir Ian. I love him. Great actor. I don't want to see you as Magneto anymore. Hell, I didn't like him as Magneto in the first place. I'll be brutally honest.
Really?
Look at you, Adam.
I'm gonna tell the truth. I was never a fan of Sir Ian as Magneto.
What about Patrick Stewart as
Patrick
Xavier?
Stewart as Xavier worked.
That was good.
Sir, because I could see that. It's Sir Ian is just too slim a man to be Magneto. He's not imposing enough. He has the gravitas of the acting and the dialogue, but he doesn't have the physical gravitas to be Magneto.
Sure.
That's my problem. I didn't feel threatened when he's Magneto. I didn't feel like this is a man that would destroy the world to get what he wants. I didn't get that. So
No, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. He's not an imposing version of Magneto.
Yeah.
I will definitely agree with that because Magneto in the comics is ripped as a thick man. He ain't playing around.
Obviously, he's not a better actor, but was Michael Fassbender a better choice, do you think? Taking aside the writing.
Young Magneto, good. Yeah. He pulled it off. Yeah.
I thought he was very good.
Yeah.
I had no complaints with his performance.
He was the best part of Apocalypse.
McElroy as Xavier.
And I love McAvoy. I love McAvoy.
And that's what I'm
always
saying. Like,
enjoyed him.
I think those are only two really good castings that were done. Everything else, flush it down the toilet, and then burn the toilet, and then collapse the house on top of that toilet. I hate those prequel movies of the X-Men. Those movies make
prequel
me
bullshit.
sick. And then when they pulled that stunt by having Alex Summers be older than Cyclops, that was the last straw. That was the last straw. Because I love me some Havoc. Okay, I used to have Starjammers on my freaking wall. All right, I love Havoc. I liked him over Cyclops back in the day. You gonna sit there and besmirch that man, and then have the audacity to be like, "Oh yeah, we've always been together," and Cyclops, he's joining the Institute and blah blah. What are we doing? And then killed him off.
We're not caring. We're not caring is what we're doing. They're not caring.
Oh, they haven't cared about those movies in a while before they ended. The timeline was bizarre. Like
Oh.
Deadpool 2 having the prequel character show up in a cameo.
Well, that was when they merged it after Days of Future Past, where it became the different timeline and they fixed everything
It's still,
and made
those
Last
characters
Stand never
were the
happen.
90s versions.
Yeah.
They were still portrayed as they were in the 1990s versus the 2018.
That was making you try to forget because, like I said, Last Stand got erased after Days of Future Past, which was a good move. It's like, Last Stand didn't happen anymore. It didn't.
Yeah, that's why Days of Future Past is, I think, the top tier of what they had to offer.
Yeah. Well, it was an attempt to clean it all up, is what it was. And it just, it was too little too late.
Oh, absolutely.
And here we are now, back to, again, swinging back to where we started from the top of this rabbit hole. Doomsday, then Secret Wars. There's nothing they can do you can't nostalgia bait this enough to get a lot of us interested. You can't, the cast is too big. And I don't want to see the Fox X-Men. I don't want to see the new Avengers, Thunderbolts. I don't want to see Sam Wilson's Avengers. I don't want to see Team Loki from the crap TV show. Nobody wants to see this. Yet here we are.
It's going to be too much. People are going to be overwhelmed. Nostalgia works when you put it out in small doses. It's something that leads you along slowly. That's why I think Spider-Man worked really well. It had the three main Spider-Men all together, which was a great piece of nostalgia, and a couple of the villains. We're still introducing new ones, doing a really good job about that. But we're talking dozens of cameo characters. People are going to be overwhelmed. Everyone only has so much of reaction energy within them, and it's going to be expelled by the first 20 minutes of the film. You're going to get your first few initial ones, and by the end of the film, and say, "Oh yeah, I remember him," and you can't have an emotional response. People are going to be dead inside. You're blowing your load before the end of the film with this many people in it.
I'm trying to blow my nose fast enough so I can comment while I catch
it. Jed, everything you said, 100% correct, except there's just one thing you're missing. The homework necessary to know what the heck is going on.
The homework's going to be insane. What is it going to be? 45, 50 films?
I don't know. All right, here's the thing. Here's the thing. To what Jed said, setup and payoff. You're not going to get excited for any of these people. Come on. Think about back to Infinity War when Wanda and Vision are getting attacked. And then, boom, there's Natasha and Steve out of nowhere. That's a badass fucking moment. And you're going,
they look changed. The consequences of Civil War are evident in their appearances.
Yeah. So you're like, yes, that is an instant payoff. There's nothing that any of these teams they're bringing in for Doomsday and then whatever they do for Secret War. There's nothing they do that is gonna make somebody go, yay. There's nothing they can do. No one's going to stand up and cheer for Florence Pew Pew's Yelena to jump on the screen. No one's going to cheer for Tom Hiddleston's Loki because guess what? It's not the real Loki from the MCU. It's fake alternate universe Loki.
And guess what, Adam? No one's going to even know that.
Normies aren't going to.
You're not going to know it.
Yeah.
They're not going to know it because of the mountains of homework that's needed to know what the heck is going on. No one's going to know. Because I guarantee you, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have an experiment. I'm going to take my old man with me to go and see this movie. All right. I'm going to take him. And you know what he's going to ask me? Right when Loki shows up, he's like, how is he still alive? That's exactly what my dad's going to say to me. I'm 100% certain those are the words he's going to say. Because my dad doesn't give two squirts of piss about no Disney Plus. He cares about movies. And just like every other normie around is going to be asking the same questions. Like, who? What happened? I thought this person was, when did they become a team? It's going to be a full-blown age nightmare. And I don't get, I get the whole, you try and get butt cheeks and seats, the return of RDJ, and that's going to be worth a few bucks. I'm not gonna hold.
Yeah.
That's going to be worth a few bucks because he is the MCU. Tell the truth and shame the devil. He is the MCU. and now he's making his return, and now people are going to come. Now, is that going to enough to make $2 billion? No.
No.
Nope.
No one's gonna know how to feel.
Oh,
Everyone's
we're gonna
just
know
gonna
how to
be
feel.
so fucking confused.
We're gonna be
what
sick to our
emotional
stomachs.
reactions they're supposed to have. Oh yeah, we're gonna be sick to it.
Oh,
But a lot of these games don't move the needle. Like the original what's her bucket Mystique. Yeah, kind of cool, but no one's clamoring for her to return.
Yeah.
And Alan Cummings' Nightcrawler. No one's clamoring for. It's about
his
the
Nightcrawler was
characters.
terrible. His Nightcrawler was terrible. It wasn't.
Yeah, I think Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart of the X-Men returning characters, yes, those ones will people will be excited about, but they're bringing in too many small characters that nobody cares about. Deadpool at least knew, hey, we're gonna bring in Blade. Everyone's gonna fucking be excited about Blade. We're gonna bring in Johnny Storm because they know the shocking twist and people still enjoy those movies. Deadpool at least knew which characters to bring back that people had emotional excitement for, with the exception, of course, of Channing Tatum's Gambit, which is just bizarre.
But he's in the movie. He's in here too.
Yeah, you're throwing too much shit at the wall, and you're losing whatever story, whatever emotional beats, whatever nostalgia is possible to be cleaned in the mire of nonsense.
Deadpool
it's going to be a Jackson Pollock painting the movie.
Yeah, agreed. And yeah, Adam, you're right.
Like, didn't take it so seriously. It knew exactly what it was doing. It's like, yeah, we're gonna nostalgia beat the hell out of you, and we're gonna just have fun doing it. And you're gonna go, yay! And then, I want to move on from this. We're this thing is it's gonna listen. You know what? It's gonna be great for us because we're gonna stand there and go, told you so. Told you.
Kevin Feige sure as hell better be fired after how bad of a disaster this movie is.
Yeah, probably
like logically, Disney should clean house after how bad this movie is going to fail. Probably won't. You're right, but
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. What are consequences these days? What are consequences for all the crap, all the poorly planned and released television and movies that get released? What are the consequences? You get more of it. And there comes a point when you ask the question, do these people get a clue? Do these people even understand where they went wrong in jamming all this agenda into movies and television? And we've talked about it a lot lately. Okay, we're coming out of this. We're getting away from it. It's going to start to change. It's not going to change right away, but there's going to be some sort of course correction, a return to close to normalcy. But then you see something like this. As fascism takes hold in the U.S., how will and should the TV landscape depict our real-life horrors? This is a legitimate article written on Variety from earlier this week. I haven't read it yet. Let's have a read.
I think the choice of Andor as the picture is very apt.
Yeah. You people don't understand what fascism is. You people don't understand what's really going on. And if, before we even get started, if you think that, I mean, Dre, as a man who just fled DC, if you think that cleaning up crime in not just a big city, our capital city of our country is a problem, you need to go into the mental institutions that are about to reopen.
Oh, yes. I need them to reopen. Reopen St. Anne's right on Spring Drive. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
So let's have a gander from Michael Schneider. Let's see what Michael Schneider has to say. I fear people are going to stop inviting me to parties. I ain't inviting you.
Who's inviting you?
Yeah. At what should be a happy reception for a new series or celebration for Emmy nominations, along I come to start a downer conversation. The world is burning, and what are we going to do about it? Hang on a second. Hold on a second.
He does sound like fun at parties.
All right, hang on. No, not burning. Not burning. Perhaps the better question is, can we do anything about it? There are plenty of examples of how television helped advance social causes. Perhaps the most famous people of 24 years being the subtle impact of Will and All right. Will and Grace was one of the most god-awful, annoying shows in the world. Constantly thrusting gay lifestyle in your face over and over again. And it wasn't even funny. And was it a milestone? Yes, because, oh, look, it's a homosexual man's relationship on screen is a main part of the story constantly. Great. And you know what? Nobody cared at that point. That's the thing. Nobody cared. And so it just went on for seasons that I never watched. Outside the first season, when I'm like, would I watch? That's when I went back. Somebody come on, I watch anything. But point is, don't you to talk about? I mean, you hear the word helped advance social causes. Nobody's watching TV for social cause advancement. We're watching it to be entertained. And right away, you know where this guy's coming from. He doesn't want escapism entertainment. He wants agenda entertainment. He wants it to be there to make sure you understand that you're wrong in your beliefs. Social causes, my ass. That show is absolutely revolutionary. I'm going to read it like him. That show was absolutely revolutionary. When it came on in 1998, back when you could count the number of gay characters in prime time on one hand, if that, through humor, it showed people that were just no reason to fear progress. And it's often cited as an important step towards legalized gay marriage. I already said what I had to say.
Does anybody rewatch Will and Grace? Does it have a big streaming life out there?
No,
I think
no.
seminal shows that change culture are things that are rewatched regularly.
Yeah. I mean,
they're enduring.
No, show me somewhere. I mean, if it were anywhere, it'd be on Peacock because it was an NBC show. Show me the numbers of people rewatching Will and Grace on streaming.
And there were gay characters in shows. I've seen them rewatching old shows at this time. There were gay characters in Star Trek at this point in the 80s or early 90s.
And that's my thing. I like the idea that, oh, no one accepted the gays and blah, 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 blah. Yo, you know what my favorite show of all time is? My favorite show of all time is Frasier. Okay? I love that show. It is, in my personal opinion, the greatest sitcom that has ever came. I don't care what anybody has to say. I don't care. I love Frasier. Yep. And in Frasier, they've made plenty of gay jokes. They had plenty of like characters that happened to be gay. And guess what? Everybody had a good time because it wasn't a big deal. We get it. You into dudes. Tremendous. Let's move on with our day. It was never a factor of the show of like, oh, look, this guy's gay. Now we got to make an episode about why gays are important. Like, no, that was never a thing. It was just like, hey, they're just people. And this person happens to like butt play. Okay. The end. And we all moved on with our day. Who gives a crap? But these pseudo intellectual psychopaths at these universities have been taught nothing but gender studies and don't know how to use an actual hammer and nail. And then like, you have to change the minds of people. No one gives a crap. Do what you want. Just leave me alone. Like we used to do. Simple stuff. But the idea that, oh, we have to do this centric crap is from these Ivy League schmucks. It's weird. It's weird. And the thing is, like, people that I've interacted with that are of these lifestyles, they don't like it either. So who are you making this stuff for?
Because it's about making themselves feel better, that we're changing the world for progressivism and all that kind of shit. And we're going to stoop it into your television. You're going to like it. That's what it is.
The whales all over again. It's the same old crap.
Yeah.
It's just hippies in different forms. And I can't help these people.
Oh God. Here. That was a heady era when the West Wing gave us a hopeful vision of what a White House could look like.
What? Did they watch that show?
I watched the first season and then I tapped out because I was young. Wasn't interested in that kind of shit yet. But also that of course they're gonna love a show where it's a president that fits their ideology. You know,
Yes.
I mean,
Isn't that
so
always the way?
yeah, and so it's just what a White House can look like. And after years of a shameful lack of diversity on TV, the networks are making good on their promises and improve representation. All right, you could shut the fuck up right there, Dre. What did people call UPN when they came out in the early 90s?
Black television.
Yeah. UPN was essentially Black Television Central. Every damn show was a black thing. You know what? And I fucking watched it as a little white boy in high school. I watched Moesha. I watched it.
I like Moesha.
But so it was there. I'm sorry. Are we just ignoring Family Matters on ABC? Are we ignoring Hang with Mr. Cooper on ABC? Are we ignoring that those shows existed in prime time on Wednesday nights? Are we forgetting this?
The Wayans brothers.
Yeah.
What was that? Jamie Foxx show. Like there was so much.
That's all 90s. That's all 90s. That is late 80s through the 90s. So talking about here, shameful lack of diversity, motherfucker. Those shows existed.
How old is this person writing this article?
I think
that has to be factored in, because if you're just some young
his picture
kid,
looks like mid-40s. If you
okay,
scroll
I've
up,
got
he's
no
got a
answer for
picture
you.
there.
I can't help you.
But I mean, my point is though, if their shameful lack of diversity is not enough people butt effing each other, then you know what? No, then go watch your goddamn hub movies and enjoy that shit, because that's where you're gonna get that. There was plenty of diversity in television across the board. This is the retconning of history to suit their narratives, is what it is. But around the same time was the birth of a cutthroat winner-takes-all reality TV and shows that focus on anti-heroes. No, that was, we don't want to spend money on television, and reality TV is cheap as fuck. That's what that was. Excuse me. Those programs brought a new edge to storytelling that, in hindsight, perhaps also played a role in what has become a coarsening of the culture. I'm thinking about how, from the beginning, Survivor rewarded players who were the most conniving, the most death goal, the willing to stab each other back. It's all scripted. Shut up.
You saying Survivor convinced society to be unethical?
No, what it convinced people was to try and get on reality television. That's what it convinced people to do, because they thought they win money.
I thought there was an argument here, because there is some reality TV that people who lap it up and repeatedly over Keeping Up with the Kardashians. If you're a regular watcher of Keeping Up with the Kardashians and Love Island and that shit, yeah, your brain's probably turning to mush and you're not a productive member of society. Yeah. But stuff like Survivor is not going to make you unethical. Even the worst reality TV shows aren't going to change your morals, most likely. It's just going to make you a drooling moron.
Yep. The most unethical and willing to stab each other in the back, creating an I'm not here to make friends ethos. That's ethos that now rules our culture. What?
Survivor.
So Survivor created the I'm going to stab you in the back culture. No, guess what? That's called human nature.
Yeah, that's existed for a few millennia. I think you should look up a history book sometime.
Yeah. On Breaking Bad, fans cheered on Walter White, the one who knocks, as he morphed from being a kind-hearted Mr. Chips into a diabolical Scarface. These are some of the best shows of all time, but did too many people take the wrong message? Listen, people like rooting for a bad guy who they saw trying to do good at first, but then turns, and you're invested. That's just classic storytelling tactics.
And people aren't taking messages from that unless they're psychopaths. Not
people
every
aren't
show
making a
has
message.
Yeah, Breaking Bad isn't making people want to be drug lords or kingpins or anything like that. It's a tragic story, and yeah, there's emotional relevance that you can get out of it, seeing this tortured character. But it's not a social message about how, oh, the only way you can survive in this world is turning to crime. That's not the message of Breaking Bad, and normal people aren't reading that message into it. But this person here, this writer, is seeing a political message in everything. And if he can't warp a show's political message to aligning with his political opinions, it must be responsible for the degrading of society as he sees it. It's a very narrow, egotistic view of television.
And not to mention, Walter White was a relatable character early on. People saw plight within a man that was sick and wanted to do everything he could to try to help his family when he died. That's what made him compelling. If he was a villain from the very beginning, it would not have worked. Because now we just see a bad guy doing bad things. Why would I want to follow a bad guy doing bad things for 6 seasons? I don't want to do that. But if you give me somebody that's compelling, somebody that was just a normal person that realized his plight was dire, and he turned to a form of desperation in order for his son, who was also handicapped, to actually have something when he was gone. That's what made Walter White great. And then to see his descent from a decent good man wanting to do right to a freaking kingpin becoming a ruthless person, it was a tragedy. The tale is a tragedy. What's wrong with this guy? Did he not watch the show?
These people don't understand storytelling. What they if it doesn't have activism and agenda crammed into it, they don't understand it because it's not representing their ideological crusade to indoctrinate the world to their bullshit.
Well, I ironically said it earlier, but it is true from their perspective. Silence is violence. So if a show doesn't have a political message that aligns with their opinions, they believe it is having a negative impact on society. It was a joke, but it's true that, yeah, at Breaking Bad, it doesn't talk about how Walter White's son is gay and that it was all about trying to protect his son from a homophobic universe. Therefore, it's anti-gay. There are people who will legitimately make arguments like that. So yeah, silence is violence is what I think is the root of a lot of this.
Well, he's going to try and defend this now. I bring up Walter White because I'm still thinking about Breaking Bad creator Vince Gilligan's speech earlier this year as he accepted the Writers Guild of America West's top writing honor. Gilligan expressed a tinge of regret over creating the character given the present world we're living in. You know, that's Vince Gilligan trying to keep getting work, sucking the dick of everybody who basically allows things to be made. We're being a convicted felon accused of doing some repugnant things doesn't preclude him from being. Oh, there it is.
Always got to slip that in.
There it is. TDS on display. We're not surprised at all. Not surprised.
Nope. Not surprised.
Not surprised. Gilligan now hopes that TV shows might return to more aspirational storytelling and true heroes.
So I would have to see these comments to be sure, but just that last sentence there is something that I can agree with. Nihilism is way too prevalent in storytelling these days. Every science fiction project out there starts with, the Earth has been abused so much that it's uninhabitable. We must flee out into the cosmos to find a new home. It's always like the Earth is on the brink of destruction because of global warming or some shit like
I was going to say, it's because it's based on climate change.
Yeah, that's what all of science fiction is, and other products are as well. Nihilism is too prevalent. And so I do like the idea of getting back to aspirational storytelling where maybe the default of where this story starts, the mean before everything, the plot starts, is a happy place, a good place. That's never the case anymore. And so I agree with that sentiment, but I would need to see the actual quote to see where he's leaning with that, if it is political in nature, like this author or this article writer is implying.
Yeah. I mean, we want things to be pulling on those strings of, I feel good.
Yeah. There's absolutely a place for nihilism and darker stories and stuff like Breaking Bad, but there needs to be a balance, and I don't believe that there's a balance.
We've gotten away from it
right now.
So you see this right here, and it's just like, yeah, great. This right here tells us exactly where you are in this. You're just upset because your ideology is now losing in the culture and social war. I really think we have a lot of power as writers, as actors, as storyteller, artists to show the world a way that either is like that or it could be like that, he said backstage after his speech. What kind of world do you want to live in? How about one where you shut the fuck up? How about that? Just make your television and shut the fuck up. Definitely not the one we're living in now, where our rights are continue under attack, our speech is threatened, our health care slashed, our standing in the world stage destroyed, as secret police and ICE now roaming. Oh my! What? This is everything I knew it was going to be when I saw this article. I knew it. I knew it. All right. Is anybody's rights under attack right now?
No.
Dre, you're black.
I'm very black.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I went into the city on what's today? Today is Sunday. I went to the city on my God, my brain. Friday. Went into the city on Friday. Met my wife's grandmother was up here to come and see her great grandson. It's great. We had a nice time.
Yeah.
I was taking her back downtown, taking her to Union Station, and yes, there was National Guard posted around and blah 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 blah. But guess what? Guess I ain't see. I ain't see no drug dealers. I ain't see no people trying to jack my rims.
No hobos taking a shit on the sidewalk.
No one was doing nothing illegal.
Mm-hmm.
I even was able to get there from my home, which now I live out of the city, all the way there. No problems, no traffic, no squeegee person trying to jack me when I stop at the red light. No issues whatsoever. And the idea, like, there's a secret police. No, it's very public.
Yeah.
It's very public.
And the National Guard are not reading Miranda. Police are.
No, they're not.
They're there as backup
not.
and security.
Yes, that is it. They're there to clean up the issues that the regular police department can't do because the police department has not done it in 5 consecutive decades.
Yeah.
So,
so
this person, whoever this person is, has no idea what they're talking about. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Without violently arresting people without just cause. Again, no. There's if you're here illegally or if you've committed crimes,
You're breaking
being
the law.
arrested. You're breaking the law. Because they don't support the president. Women's rights were taken away. Women's rights. No. What you call rights, it's just been given to the states. I mean, I'm trying not to get political here, but this is exactly what I knew this article was going to be. So we're gonna speak it like the truth that it is.
It's misrepresenting everything about society and make it look like we're in a nihilistic dystopian future.
Gay marriage is not being threatened. You know what's being threatened? Our children who want to be true. These people want to troon. That's what's being threatened. And that's what people are pushing back against. Mm-hmm. You listen, you want to go marry your husband, marry your wife? I don't care. That's your business, your life. What I care about is people butchering children.
Yep.
Either chemically or with surgery.
Yep.
That's what I care about.
Leave the kids out of it. That's it.
Consenting adults in the privacy of their own homes.
Books.
Who cares?
Books are being banned. No, you know what's being banned? Again, books telling kids how to secretly have sex so their parents and other adults don't know. That's what's being banned.
From child spaces. It's not like these books. None of these books are being universally banned. Anything that's being taken out of a public elementary school's library is still available on Amazon, still available in Barnes and Nobles. They're not being banned universally. They're being removed from certain spaces, and that's never been something that's not okay.
Nobody's
There's plenty
burning
of books
books
that aren't okay in elementary schools.
Yeah.
All right.
And then right here, National Institute of Story. That's talking about NPR and PBS being defunded because they are nothing but propaganda machines for a certain ideology. They have been for the past 20, 30 years. This ain't when I was a kid and Sesame Street was just showing me how crayons were made and teaching me how to count. You know, that's when this ain't anymore. This is Elmo telling you that you better accept a troonie, otherwise Elmo's going to have to beat you with a billy club. You know, that's what's going on now.
Well, and it's all stuff like Stephen Colbert. The show that doesn't make money is canceled. It must be political motivation. No, money still matters.
Yeah. So they're national institutions as any other. And let's see, The Kennedy Center has been destroyed. People who were ruining it got fired, and people are actually excited to go to the Kennedy Center again because they're not parading drag queen hour all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
So this is what we're seeing. This is a complete distortion of reality right now, because to them, their reality is crumbling because all their shit is falling apart that they basically built to indoctrinate society, and it's not working.
Honestly, it's the fact that they don't have authoritarian control over every aspect of society like they believe they had. So they're claiming that going back to a more fair-minded approach to everything is fascism. They're using authoritarian. Yeah, they're accusing everybody of what they were doing themselves. It's when you can't get away with authoritarianism that you claim anything that goes against you is authoritarianism. It's not the first time we've seen this.
Sorry.
You're good. But yeah, it's the same thing we see every time. I don't think they understand the definitions of these words.
No, they don't.
It's just, oh, you disagree with me? You're this evil ad hominem that I heard one time and I haven't looked at the definition of. So this is just pathetic. The evidence that he's using isn't supporting his argument. That's not authoritarianism to say, hey, maybe kids shouldn't be exposed to certain stuff, but adults can be exposed to whatever they want. It's still available for everybody here. That's not authoritarianism. That's not... I don't know if we're allowed to say the word.
What? Nazi.
No, yeah, Nazi and fascism. I don't know how
I don't care anymore.
Feeling about those currently, but yeah, it's not fascism. It's just you no longer have fascistic control over everything, so you're screaming that everyone else is being fascistic.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And now here comes the fascism argument from this tool. That's why before we move on to creating new images of the world we'd like to see, we need to chronicle the one we're now in. Hold a mirror up to reality of situation in the hopes that maybe the public will understand what's at stake. We need to tell you what's going on in your world through our warped television. So you need to watch it so you can see the real world going on. Because
it's literally a lecture.
Yeah, because among this year's Emmy nominees, Andor has been lauded for his depiction of what happens when authoritarian rule takes hold and how to resist. Shut up. You mean the bold Andor, which just had a guy grab a girl by the arms and then she goes, he tried to rape me. You mean that bold Andor? I mean the bold Andor that gives a speech that's clearly talking about real world events so that it can gin up its base to post all over social media about it. This is agenda indoctrination in entertainment. It's not. It's warped bullshit. And then The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh God,
white liberal woman porn is what that is, because they want to be a press site. Was chilling accurate predicting where we ended up? What the hell? I'm sorry. Are women being held prisoner as cattle to be bred?
No.
In America?
No.
And that's asinine to assume so. They're equating the abortion argument to becoming Handmaid's Tale, which they're completely unrelated things. If anything from history shows us, in a situation where fertility becomes a major crisis, where only certain women are fertile or men or whatever, the people who are fertile will be held up in society. There's no way that if this actually happened, that the women who are fertile would become slaves. They would be seen as goddesses. They would be worshipped. They are the keys to the future. That's what we would see. We would morph into a matriarchal society, or at least lean towards that direction, if the circumstances of Handmaid's Tale became accurate. Handmaid's Tale is just a bizarre, warped wine mom fantasy. Like you said, it's not in any way indicative of how society would respond.
It doesn't exist. And The Boys is a not so shady document what happens when fascism wins. The Boys was a criticism of superheroes.
And what fascism won in The Boys?
It was.
I haven't seen season 4, so I might have missed something. But it's a corporation who runs superheroes like TV celebrities.
I mean, the comic was created to be a criticism of superheroes,
yep.
And Eric Kripke turned it into TDS Mania in a TV show. This is as warped as I thought it would be. In the coming months and years, the reality of our situation will need to be embedded in many shows, particularly but not limited to drama, that traverse our real world. Yes, you must watch the world in your entertainment. You must be beaten over the head with our messaging because we're right and you're all evil. We need to teach you while we entertain you. We got to lecture you because it works so well for the past 6 goddamn years.
Well, this is making it out like escapism entertainment is bad, that it's not pushing the needle forward. If escapism entertainment doesn't exist, we fall as a society. We need escapism to remain healthy adults. And this is making an argument to eliminate escapism entertainment, to focus everything on what your dire view of the present is and what the future will be.
I mean, look at this next line here.
Silence is violence.
Will political dramas depict the crumbling of America's place to influence the world? I'm sorry. In this past week, all the major world leaders were in the Oval Office, literally bending the knee to the president, sitting around him at the at the president's desk. They were literally in chairs around him, listening to what he had to say about world issues. How our influence is crumbling? What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
That will legal dramas take on the ICE invasion of things? I'm sorry. If you came here illegally, you do not belong here. It's simple law. It's simple law. You come here legally, yeah, live it up. My grandparents came here legally at the beginning of last century. They immigrated legally. They went through the entire process, came in the boats. Their families came in the boats. They went through it all. They were legal citizens. They didn't run the border in the dead of night and climb a wall. They came here. That's how it works. You come here legally, I don't have a problem. We're talking illegal. What about the attempts to silence journalists? I'm sorry, has any journalist been silenced?
This
I'm sorry.
article wouldn't exist if that were true.
Yeah, I'm sorry. When you're essentially 60 Minutes and you cut up interviews with false informations, you're going to be sued. That's what happened. The move to erase the sometimes ugly truth about this country's history. Oh my God. I mean, okay, once again, Dre, you're black.
Very.
How did your ancestors get here?
Well, wait, no, hold on. I gotta get it right. Hang on. Where is it? There it is. Well, boat.
And listen, have we ever forgotten this? No. It's our history, just like it was history in Europe. I'm sorry. 5,000 years ago, my people were enslaved. I mean,
shout out to my Hebrews.
Slavery has existed for thousands of years. It didn't originate in America.
Yeah,
it still exists to this day in places.
Yeah,
we act like it was erased from humanity with the Civil War.
Stripping of DEI standards. Oh, you mean the standards that have lowered the quality of every single corporation and business around the country and around the world? You mean that?
Yeah, see what DEI just did to Cracker Barrel, man.
There you go. How corporations, self-interest, self-greed are bending the knee to please our rulers. Once again, let's go back to Sydney Sweeney in jeans with the cleavage out. That's not that's not bending the knee to rulers. That's giving people what they want.
Yep.
A smoking hottie in revealing clothing.
That's correct.
And they're winning.
100%.
They're winning. The assault on our higher learning institutions. If you break the rules by which money is given to you from the government, you're going to be penalized.
Yeah,
there's some stuff going on right now. You break it. Defunding of scientific research. What?
So I think that's specifically talking about NASA's budget is getting slashed, and as someone who works or studies a lot of astronomy and astrophysics, it's kind of warranted because NASA hasn't been delivering a lot of good scientific research the last few years. They haven't been delivering on their promises. Their budgets are over the place. Project Artemis is their attempt to go to the moon and then ultimately to Mars. It's, I think, 10 years behind. It's massively behind. It's costing so much money. It's accomplishing nothing when private companies are doing so much better. Like SpaceX is doing great on rocket launches, but we still need people. It isn't doing astronomy. There's other companies doing great astronomy work. There's other places where we're getting the scientific advancement. So NASA kind of needs to prove its worth once again because it hasn't been delivering what it has over the generations. A lot of modern technology is directly responsible or derived from the work of NASA, like microwaves. We use those every day. Velcro, we use that every day. That's all because of NASA. Nothing like that's happened in decades. So, and I think that's what they're referring to. It's kind of justified under current NASA. If NASA were great, give them their money back.
That was my point I want to make next. You know what happened to NASA about, 10, 15 years ago? Obama defunded it and just stripped it about and just killed it. He killed it. He eliminated it. And now this is the NASA we have. So it didn't start now. It started before. So that's absolutely true. Absolutely true. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. These aren't normal times, so we can't rely on normal stories on TV shows. And with that, I need a glass of red wine. Hey, I'm available to talk more at your next stories. That's it. So
it's not an argument.
This guy just lectured us about how he's angry that his ideology is losing. That's
exactly what he just said. That's it.
He's crying that television's returning to entertainment and not lecturing. He's crying because all the commie Marxist bullshit they tried to press on us for the past several years has not worked, and it's now being actively rejected. And he said, "Oh, you're by rejecting that, you're bringing in fascism." Jed, you were absolutely right when you said these people don't understand the words they are speaking.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
You just don't. Well, that was enlightening, and that just proves my point. We're not out of the woods yet. That somebody would just actively and willingly put something out there like that shows us they are not going to let go. They are going to cry and scream and hold on to every fucking inch that they have as we pull away and we're trying to return to normalcy. So let's talk positivity now. What we mentioned, that positivity and hope. Gamescom 2025. How do we feel about it? After, I think it ends today. I think today's the last day.
Yeah, I think today's the last day.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about it. I haven't seen a ton of the stuff coming out of it. The most that I've seen is related to Lego Batman and Resident Evil 9. And everything I've seen out of those two is making me excited for those releases. I had no idea that Lego Batman was coming and that it would look like this. I think it was kind of under wraps beforehand, but it got me excited about a Lego game that I haven't been for a while. I grew up on the Lego Star Wars Complete Saga. That game was a formative part of my childhood, and I love it. Even replaying it to this day, I still get a lot of nostalgia benefit from it, but this game looks really cool. And Resident Evil 9, I'm not a big fan of the Resident Evil franchise. I just haven't been exposed to it a whole lot, but the idea of going to a horror roots with giving the third-person camera back after it's been first-person for a while, and just some of the mechanics that they're talking about, like as your character gets scared, she starts to stumble a little bit, and the mechanics become a little more sluggish, putting you in the place of fear, feeling it quite a bit. So that has me enticed. I don't know a lot of the other announcements, though, if there were things that were worse off. I know that Elden Ring was talked about on the Switch 2, and it's performing abysmally on the Switch 2, especially in handheld mode.
Yeah, they say you got to put it in the dock to make it work.
And barely even so, from what I saw, that even in dock mode, it was barely working. And I think there were some other things out there. Not really interested in anything else, but I don't know if you guys heard anything else. The Snake Eater stuff, that's not looking great either. That's a game I'm looking forward to. That's coming out next week, but it's not performing very well graphically speaking. Not a high priority for me. As long as it's playable, it works for me, but some negativity coming out of that. Is there big announcements that I missed?
What the hell? Oh, that's what happened. I did something with my browser last night, and everything's all fucked up now. Sorry, hang on. Sorry. I'm checking now. Great. I think it reset everything. That's retarded. Sorry. I did a sync thing and it screwed up all my bookmarks. I mean, that the biggest thing was the whatchamacallit, was the RE9. It's RE9 and the Batman Lego. Everything else is kind of lower tier. I mean, the things I got excited about were they dropped a trailer. NC Soft dropped a trailer for kind of mech MMO coming out called Cinder City, something like that. So that looked really cool. We watched show that. A couple like low-key RPGs, stuff like that. Little things look good. I mean, Drake, anything jump out to you?
The only thing that jumped out at me was the new Xbox handheld. Like, I ain't getting it, but I like the idea that they're actually trying to legitimately get into the market and not just have Nintendo just dominate it over and over again.
But that thing's gonna cost way too much money.
Oh, it's gonna cost a bajillion dollars. Let's get that out the way, because like, in my personal opinion, that it feels like Game Gear-esque. If you know what I'm saying, like we're trying to bring console quality to the handheld genre. And for those that don't know what the Game Gear was, back in the day, there was Sega had a handheld system that was about this big, and it was amazing.
Color.
To play Sonic,
color
and backlit.
Yeah,
and it was backlit. Granted, that gonna cost you some batteries up on that joint, but nonetheless, I thought it was a very, very good handheld system. I personally enjoyed it a lot, and it brought a lot of Mega Drive quality to the handheld gaming sphere, and I thought it was very, very good. I really enjoyed the game.
There was even not the Genesis, but the previous one, like the previous Mega Drive. There was an adapter you could put on. You could play old games on the Game Gear.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
I never had the previous one. I thought it was for Genesis. Like, I can play my Genesis games on Game Gear. It's like, no, it's for the one before it. So I never got
that. Would have been pretty freaking sweet.
That would have been the technology wasn't there yet. So
of course not. But that still would have been pretty cool. But yeah, but this gives me those type of vibes. So it's good to see that quote unquote competition is actually coming to Nintendo. So for the sake of the future, that they'll actually step their game up and actually make something worthwhile. Like this ain't gonna beat out Nintendo. Let's get that out the way. But at least this might be something enough to light a fire under their butt cheeks to be like, hey, the slop that you've been putting forth over the last, decade or so is no longer acceptable, because now you actually have a competitor that's willing to even just show up to the ring. So I think that's really, I think for the market, it's very healthy to have some competition for the handheld genre. So I think that's a important announcement that's made.
Competition breeds excellence. So even if the competition isn't something that we're interested in, I think it is always a good sign to make the things we do like try and do better. And it's great for Nintendo to have some competition. I think every franchise, every game studio, every style of game needs competition to make every product better.
Yeah,
you say that. Battlefield 6 had a really good past couple weeks.
Yeah, and great competition for Call of Duty. And that Call
what
of Duty
happened this
got
week?
ratioed to hell
Black
and
Ops
back.
7 came out. I mean, I am not a COD guy. I'm not a Battlefield guy, so that's not things I play. But I'm aware that the Black Ops 7 trailer, everything about it, got annihilated this week when it got released. And people are saying, yeah, you know what? We're going to play Battlefield 6 now.
Yeah. Well, that's why I agree with Fury the Beardo saying that we shouldn't be calling Battlefront or Battlefield the COD killer. The more games, though, that are like it, the better COD will try to be, hopefully, in the future. It's too early right now for COD to have any chance of responding to Battlefield 6's success. But yeah, the more things that are like this showing COD up, the better an eventual COD game will be, and the state of that first-person franchise or first-person shooters in general will be.
I don't disagree. And so we look at this stuff that came out, and to me, the major stuff doesn't appeal to me, but I'm not the target audience. So I would say that the Batman, the new Lego Batman, the RE9, those were big hits. And I think that's a good sign, because let's be honest, RE9, that's still AAA. That's a AAA thing. And that shows you that there is still some hope for AAA stuff out there. Lego Batman, like Jed said, Lego games have a certain appeal to younger generations and this and that, and for nostalgia part. Point is, here's the funny thing: everybody saw the Lego Batman, went yay. Everybody ignored the crap Lego Star Wars game, go Rebuild the Galaxy. Everybody ignored that. That got announced again, a new trailer, completely ignored.
Lego games in general have been struggling for a while. Like the Skywalker Saga, all 9 films altogether, was god awful. I could not stand that game. It's the first one I played for a while. They've been struggling for a long time with their Lego games ever since, I don't know, the DC Heroes 2 or Lego Marvel. And that was well over a decade ago. But yeah, this is the first time that there's been real big excitement for a Lego game where everything coming out of it looks good. The Skywalker Saga was an initial success, but people were worried about it. Everything looks phenomenal. The Arkham style combat, connecting to all the solo Batman
different
films.
Batmans, yeah.
And it seems like exactly what people want, and finding a way to balance between the young generations and adults, because there's the difficulty setting. This is going to be the first Lego game with difficulty settings.
Wow.
So
okay.
it's appealing to older classic fans who grew up with Lego games and grew up with these Batman films, but still have the kid-friendly aspect to it. And it's balancing so well, I think, that I'm very much looking forward to it. Hopefully it doesn't crash and burn and turn out to be a disaster, but at this point, I'm genuinely looking forward to it.
People have fun with it. Not my thing. I mean, I joke about not caring about the Lego. There's even the clip where I yell about the Lego video games. I don't care. I don't care about them. They're not my thing. But if you have fun with it, that's fine. And people want to have fun. And listen, Batman is a real easy sell for people. Very easy sell.
Always has been.
Real easy to get people involved in that. And so I feel like outside of there's a couple extra stories. We're not going to get into them, but in terms of non-game related, some bullshit. I think as far as the games go, I think this has been a pretty decent Gamescom. People seem to be feeling good about coming out of it. Although one last story popped up yesterday. Jed, this one's for you.
Oh God.
Your
I
favorite.
just assume that it's bad.
Assassin's Creed Mirage getting free Saudi Arabia DLC later this year.
That game is what, 4 years old at this point, 3 years old at this point. Why are we 2023, so I guess it's only 2 years. God, it feels like it was forever ago. I memory hold the shit out of it.
I mean,
why?
Here's my question. How bad is Shadows doing that they're gonna drop a Mirage DLC to try and be relevant? How bad?
They did do something like this for Valhalla after Valhalla came out and a couple of its DLCs came out. They did a free DLC for Odyssey, but that was just to explain a transition from Odyssey to Valhalla for a new Valhalla DLC, because Cassandra showed up in Valhalla, one of the DLCs, so they had to go back to Odyssey to explain how she got into position to end up in Viking era. But this, I don't know how this could possibly connect to Shadows. They're so far apart in the timeline. There's no immortal characters around that this just feels desperate. Now, Mirage was an abject failure, even more than Shadows was. So I can't even guess at what the thought process behind this was. What genius came up with this idea? There's no success to be found in Mirage. There's no success to be found in Shadows. Why are we doing this? It's just Ubisoft coming up with random shit to throw at the wall. I think they're desperate at this point.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring that up to see. This is desperate. It's the best word. Pathetic and desperate. Nobody cares.
And Bazum is one of the worst protagonists ever. I would rather see Yasuke's story continue than Bazum's. I really despise everything about Bazum because he's the villain of Valhalla, and then you jump into a prequel and say, I'm a really nice, chill dude. And he has no arc. He's just, yeah, I'm a really nice, chill dude. How do you become the murder psychopath we saw in Valhalla? Oh, wait, you're diverse, so you're actually a hero. The ending of Valhalla leaves it ambiguous of whether or not he was right the whole time or shit like that. Yasuke, at least you can make fun of Yasuke. Bazum, he's so fucking boring. Let Mirage die.
It probably will. So I think Gamescom was okay. I mean, for me, nothing jumped out. A couple of small things, like I said, a couple of small RPGs, a possibly good MMO next year, a couple of collaboration announcements, this and that. But I think the video games are course correcting from the trouble we've had for a few years. I think that the AA sphere is having an effect on the remaining surviving AAAs that guess what? don't do what they talked about in that freaking article we read a few minutes ago. Just make the fucking games. People can show up. Make a good game. People will show up. Say, take my money, please. It's that simple. And with that, I'm starting to lose my ability to talk. So we're going to wrap it up. My throat's starting to hurt. So let's say our farewells and go about our business. Jed.
Well, you can all find me on YouTube at Hollywood Scholar, just regularly scheduled live streams. And we didn't announce at the beginning of the stream, but we're going to be doing chat choice. So Adam will get more into that. And so we'll see what we're going to be watching this week for Saturday Night Driving.
Exactly. Dre.
All right. Great to be here. Great to be here with the great chat. This week, of course, tomorrow on the Brutal Planet Comics YouTube channel, we will have our walkthrough of the new website, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're gonna have some fun going through, seeing all the cool things. So definitely check out the site, bpcomics.io. And there's going to be new updates coming through, and all types of cool stuff is going to be featured as time goes on. So definitely check that out. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Also, and this Friday I will be having a new Pokemon battle on the Brute Plays YouTube channel. New Pokemon battle, a lot of fun. It gets personal pretty quick. So yeah, it's definitely going to be one you really are going to enjoy. So definitely check that out on Friday. And of course, follow me on X Twitter at TheBrute00.
Okay. As for me, there'll be a couple changes in this week's stream schedule. Dermy and I cannot do Anime Odyssey live because Dermy's got a new work schedule. We're supposed to record it this afternoon, but I'm kind of shot at the moment now. So you guys might get the next Anime Odyssey a little later than usual this month. So stay tuned for that. I'll let you guys know. I want to save my throat so I can do Wormhole Watch tonight with Brad and the boys, and where Brad will put out that video edited on his channel, Duke Devil 95. Tomorrow, okay, Daily Dive, 1 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Join for that. Let's see. Those will be gaming streams. We are playing Final Fantasy 14 again. We are on a new server because the current server we're on was closed to new players, so we had to move. We moved for free. It's a free server to go to. So that's kind of open to different people. A lot of people can join us for that. That's not limited to us. We will have a guild. We're forming it today, actually, since we have to wait 24 hours. We're having fun with that because we just want to chill, have a good time. I will be finishing up probably Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon this week for gaming-wise. Other than that, and as Jed said, we've got Chat Choice third quarter 2025. The poll is up in my comments in my community board. God, I gotta stop. We gotta end. Your community board. You can go there, vote 4 movies. We're gonna give you guys about 72 hours. We're gonna give you guys till about Wednesday to vote on this shit. And then I'm gonna close down because then Jed and I have to have time to get it, watch it, be ready. 4, I think, decent movies were selected. So
there are some votes in there right now. As of right now, The Maze Runner is winning.
I've seen Maze Runner, so wouldn't be new. So go ahead and vote on that, guys. Have some fun with it. And we'll see you guys next week. Same Adam time, same Adam's channel. See what I did there? Yeah, I know. Look at the shame he has on his face there. Look at that shame. Anyway, thank you all for being here. We appreciate all you guys. Without you, your support, we don't get to do this. So hit that like button. Subscribe. Links are in this. Links
in the show. Oh, Lord.
Bye.